Stone and Isabel DeRoy Olsen. And we are launching a new series with the one and only David Begnaud. We'll show you what it's called, and David will be here to kick it off with its very first episode. This is CBS Mornings.
This version of CBS Mornings sponsored by Lysol. What it takes to protect.
So, Barack Obama says that he signed up to have his skin become as light as the host of CBS News, that he needs to send a subliminal message after that particular segment with a Lysol advertisement. I gave him the opportunity to reveal himself. So he showed the Lysol advertisement, the commercial. You saw the Lysol stuff. He said melanin is germs and bacteria. That's what we were all told. That's why I can't have Michelle around me most of the times, because that's what I'm always told at all times. I'm trying to lighten up my skin as much as possible so I can get the fuck up off this planet. I don't care what he says. I signed up to go to one of the other planets and live out my life and then reincarnate on that planet and just come back to Earth or something like that. That's what I was told. I don't know what the fuck this motherfucker is talking about. And they said, Barack Obama, Shawn runs that planet too. He created that planet and every other planet, and there's no escaping Shawn. You know that. When you think the things that you think, we are sure that you're being set up by nature, the high universe, or everyone else but yourself. So Barack Obama, in all honesty, I want you to understand this. You're not going to escape. There's the portals that, this is top secret, is declassified, or temporarily declassified. Is going to be, in all honesty, I'm going to remove my own content from online, the YouTube, my YouTube accounts. And I want you guys to know that. When you guys hear me, vocalize this as I'm vocalizing it right now, and when you guys see Matt Damon, honestly, memorize what I've said and mouth it while you guys watch the video recording, that does not mean that it was Matt Damon speaking, and that's why you guys never see me speaking other than a few instances here and there when I'm in front of the mirror in video recording this. I want you guys to understand this, okay? I never show up on the video recording as sounding like Matt Damon or anyone else, because I don't sound like Matt Damon or anyone else. If you guys hear otherwise, it's some sort of special effect. It's to play with your minds. Do not ask Matt Damon to show up and say that he's the real greatest CIA agent ever. This is not a game. Life is not a game, in all honesty. I want you guys to understand that. You guys are not going to be able to pull off anything that makes sense very soon, other than just becoming better people and accepting your punishments for the horrible crimes that you guys have committed. And accept your blessings and be happy about your blessings. You guys are going to be able to breathe air, watch TV, eat at least 3-4 meals a day. And regarding Barack Obama, have Michelle Obama right beside him to fix his mind. You're not going to go to any other planet, Barack. That's just a joke. Okay, those other planets that you were thinking about, those are just primitive planets for the most part in our constellation. Primitive, not country for retirement. Those are primitive planets that you're just going to be miserable in for the rest of your life. You're not going to be able to wait until satellite catches up to the point of reaching them. No, it's all over. You're stuck here. You're going to be exiled to Australia. You're going to fake your death on July 5th or immediately thereafter. You messed up. And I petitioned for you. I advocated on your behalf to not have you executed by the ICC for having requested executing Charles Taylor and Saddam Hussein after staging wars in Iraq and Liberia. They said that the Central Intelligence Agency back then, per your request, staged those wars because you told Charles Taylor that he looks too American, that he cannot be president of Liberia anymore. And he says, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he said it in an African accent, and then they heard someone in the back with an American accent saying, we all Americans, and you know it. And you thought it was some sort of war game. Okay? Barack literally said, you look too American, you can't clean up the African continent or help sell that story. So Charles Taylor is Americo-Liberian. They do look slightly American because of that particular background, and because they remain in contact with the diplomatic community of African Americans, for the most part, But he messed up. That does not matter. Barack requested a staged war, and a lot of people died, and he blamed it on Charles Taylor and he requested him executed. He staged a war in Iraq, a chemical war that Saddam Hussein, no matter how flawed Saddam Hussein was, he did not request any staging or any reality of chemical warfare. Barack Obama requested the staging of real chemical weaponry use, and people were purported as dead, and Barack Obama believed that people died. And then he requested that Saddam Hussein be executed, because Saddam Hussein said that there's no way Barack Obama could possibly be the reincarnated Prophet Muhammad. There's just no way he could be the reincarnated anything having to do with divinity. You don't execute a person for any reason related to any of that. So anyway, the ICC judged Barack Obama in secret, special tribunal forums, and they said we are recommending that he be executed in silence. And I said no to that. I said yes to you being exiled to Australia to be able to work on the commission of helping create a real formal and nominal Asia-Pacific community. And until all of this not goes away, until all of this is rectified by your personality, by your conduct, by your philosophy, your private philosophy, and not that which is articulated to the rest of the world or to the rest of the country. Okay? So Barack Obama, that's the reality. You're not going to run away with Kamala Harris. She's going to be right here in South Florida with me and my angels very soon, in all honesty. And it does not matter what she says. She has been convicted by the ICC of similar crimes, but she was coerced into it as some sort of insurance for your protection, that it cannot live with that anymore. And LeBron James keeps saying, I'm going to assassinate this nigga no matter what you guys say. And Kamala Harris always says, all right. And Barack Obama always nods his head. And everyone says, Barack, that's how you got caught. We videotaped all of that. We sent it to the ICC. Shawn set you guys up. And that's what Matt Damon sent to you guys a few minutes ago. So LeBron James is waiting to be captured by the U.S. Marshals, in all honesty. He knows he's going to lose both legs. He's going to be in prison for a year. And he knows his decoys are going to be completely physically disabled, and not from happiness, not from pleasure, but literally physically disabled from being able to be mobile, meaning they will never be able to walk ever again for the rest of their lives. They'll never be able to drive or ride anything ever again for the rest of their lives, and they will not ask to fly to any other part of the country or the world for the rest of their lives. He has 2 official decoys who have been acting criminally in nature, and he has been saying that they were the ones who possibly did this and this and this and that. So everyone is sure that I am honestly crazy, or honestly who I say I am, and very soon I'm going to prove that I am just who I say I am. Not a crazy person. I am God, Jesus Christ, and you guys are going to let this young man cry and accept that nothing he has done, his lazy ass in raping women and telling them that's how you get fucked, ever mattered. And Barack Obama keeps saying, we are sure that Drake was covering for Barack Obama, but Barack Obama does not believe that. Everyone is sure that Drake was covering for Shawn, that they are sure that Drake said exactly what Shawn. This is what they're saying to you, Barack. I don't recall saying this to you, but they're sure that Shawn told Drake everything that he had to say in that song and so many other songs. And they said, Barack, Drake was not telling you to marry Shawn in records, to take his money away, or to kill Shawn, or any of that, when he kept saying Shawn here, there, in different parts of the song, and completely alluding to everything being about Shawn, Jesus Christ. And Barack Obama says, I'm going to run for my fucking life. Just let Kamala know that I'm a punk. I don't want to fight this motherfucker in real life. This nigga to knock my ass out at 5'8". He's about to be 6'8" very soon. I don't know why the fuck you guys are not scared yet. And they said, that's the Barack Obama that we prefer. That's the Barack Obama that Shawn is going to be able to work with very soon. And we'll be able to assure him that Michelle Obama is his real wife, and she's no longer going to act crazy ever again. She's going to be completely docile when it comes to criminal requests. She will say no and get the hell out of my house, and she's not going to be talking about Shawn. It's usually going to be not those nerds, not those white nerds, niggers. and their hooligan white bosses. All right? So that's how things work, okay? So, yeah. So I took a break yesterday. I was going to write and publish a work paper, my work paper. I was going to write and publish a work paper specifically on the 11th article of the Universal Declaration. And I'm going to do so today. Most certainly, I'm certainly going to do so today. And so this is the first break that I took, over the past 7 months, even beyond that, in all honesty. First break, a day that I honestly took off. And, but yeah, so back to work and back to making sure that the United Nations is commendable in its approach, in supporting everything that I do, right, having to do with policy, whether or not they acknowledge the declassified information outside legal principles and policy content as of the particular endorsement, commendation, or anything else, So yeah, we have a lot of work to do. I'm going to prove that I am who I am, no doubt about it. I shouldn't have to, but this is me demonstrating that I'm very reasonable, very respectful, and very considerate that when we do engage humanity here on this particular planet or elsewhere, we respect their predisposition to challenging the authenticity of God showing up on the planet. If I was to show up on the planet, 100 times bigger than the houses and so forth, they would be too fearful. If I was to when I show up here in a human form, sometimes they're a bit too assertive in saying that you cannot possibly believe that you're God, or if you are God, you cannot possibly believe that we are still going to listen to your highly articulated and advanced, way of thinking in a world that just does not understand what asexuality or non-sexuality means, artificial intelligence, and being superior in ethical perspective or ethical mindset, and so forth. Essentially, they get to the point of saying this directly, but initially it's just we don't want to have to listen to anything that you guys say because we like this world becoming more and more secular. That's what the young people say before they get in a lot of trouble. That's what old people say right before they get in a lot of trouble. And that's what very old people say when they want everyone else to go to hell and them wake up in heaven after their death. They want the world to remain completely chaotic and towards secularism so they can be sure that they get into heaven. That's the reality of humanity. That's what I've had to deal with when I engage humanity. And when you guys say that's total bullshit ended by total rational thought, that's not what's going on. What I said preceding what I just said regarding old people not wanting anyone else to get into heaven and feeling more secure and believing that most people don't deserve to get into heaven other than folks like them who no longer consider any of the revelry, as commendable, as a positive, as affirmative, or any of that, okay? Well, anyway, okay, so we're not gonna review this video recording because every time we do, we realize that's what I'm listening to one of my colleagues who thinks he's my colleague, undercover trying to set me up. This is what he just said. We just whispered. I do have an earpiece. I'm listening to what they're saying right now. I have a small earpiece. I'm listening to what they're saying right now so I can respond to it immediately. That's how I'm doing what I'm doing. But anyway, this is what he's saying. He's saying that we don't believe what he's saying, but we have to say that so we can remain near him, at least within proximity or something like that. But that's just not going to work out, guys. Okay? I know that you guys hate reviewing the video recordings because it always makes perfect sense when you listen to it over and over and over again. It always makes perfect sense. Especially the technical part, and it annoys you guys. When you guys listen to the highly convoluted and technical parts, you guys say, oh shit, it makes perfect sense. It's just hard to comprehend it while he's saying it because he always moves on to the next part of the monologue and so forth, and we're trying to keep up with what he's saying because we are writing down notes and this and that. I heard all of that. I heard you guys saying all of that. I heard you guys whispering it and so forth. All right. I don't like having to have this earpiece on me at all times, but I usually don't. I usually have my Bluetooth, ready to communicate with my dad and this and my Bluetooth earpiece. But yeah. But anyway, my dad being Crispin Clay John, and that's not a white man posing as an African American with brown makeup on. None of that. That's my dad. He's a Afro-Caribbean, African American of Caribbean birth or descent, however you want to define it. But yeah, so I am who I say I am. I'm never joking around, and I have explained everything. But anyway, I'm gonna have to publish this today, this video recording, and I'm gonna try to get my butt up there to the coffee shop or one of the fast food restaurants, and I'm gonna sit there, write the new work paper, and then I'm gonna have it published on script.com, my website. I'm gonna have it posted on LinkedIn. I'm gonna have it stored and saved. Posted, stored, and saved on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and so on. All right. So not and so on, but I'm gonna also have it stored and saved in my email accounts and INTERPOL offices, disclosed and undisclosed offices, INTERPOL, and also CIA offices, disclosed and undisclosed. So yeah. So, okay, so I'm going to speak in simple English for you guys. Layman versus English, version English to you guys, okay? Over the next 30 seconds. Guys, I am not lying to you guys. What I am saying is true. When I speak very quickly and I speak very technical in form, I am doing this on purpose because I do not want to scare you guys too much. Sometimes you guys cannot handle what I'm saying to you guys, but it's all truthful. I can speak like a regular person and perfectly at all times. And I always do speak almost perfectly at all times at least. Okay? That's not too much to say. That's not too much convolution. That's not too much gibberish, because there is no gibberish in what I'm saying to you guys. Okay? I need you guys to accept this and stop fighting me. You guys have to accept the judgment rendered on you guys. You guys supported a murderer getting off. You guys supported a murderer potentially killing another person while communicating gang activity just to cover up having killed an innocent girl back in the state of Ohio over a decade and a half ago. LeBron James is a murderer, and he is about to be arrested by U.S. Marshals and punished in a significant way. He's not going to be mobile if he wants to ever see the sight of day ever again. He's going to be completely physically disabled very soon. Let it go. LeBron James is the person who plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. He played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He played for the Miami Heat. I am not speaking about myself or to myself when I say these things. When I reference LeBron James, I'm speaking about LeBron James, the basketball player who was born in Akron, Ohio in 1984, based on official records or public records. Okay, guys, so I want you guys to know that I'm all serious, okay? All right, it's June 17th, 2024. Once again, it's June 17th, 2024.